Okay. Okay, I think it is back. Okay, it looks like we're back. Welcome back. I apologize for that. My internet completely died. Let me see. So I think we are good now. It should all be working, hopefully. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. So anyway, we're looking at hash functions. So I just separated them out. So now I have the mul hash, which is this one, the multiplication method. Div hash, which is just really simple. Yeah, so it is, let's see, what's the mod method, I suppose. So maybe I could call it that. Mod hash, there we go. So we've got that one, and div, so that's here in multiplication method. So let's see what other ones we've got. So, yeah, is that the only ones that it shows? What is this one? Okay, so I don't know what that means. So let me actually try it, where instead of using 3.14, we'll use the golden ratio. So what is that? Golden ratio. So if I get rid of this, Alright, so is there a more specific, a more precise one, rather? Yeah, something like this. So I'll just copy to there. The semicolon has to go after it, so let me get rid of that. There we go. Okay, let's build that. Now let's run it, and let's see how it looks. So, yeah, there's still a lot of overlap there, though. So that could be because I did it wrong, or it could be because it's not super great. So, yeah. Let's see what else. So hash functions. Let's see if there's any. I want to find a couple different ones and implement them all and then compare them. So simple. Yep. So this is that one that I implemented there. Okay. So this is k. So what k is the input? All right. K times k plus 3 mod m. All right. We could try that actually. So let's do that one. So that is commit. I probably mispronounced that, but that's okay. Commit hash. There we go. And let's try that one. So it is, whoops, I'm going to do that. There we go. So we can just return. Let's actually make a variable. So type hash equals sterling of key. And then we'll return hash times hash plus 3 mod m, which is hashmap size. So let's see what's something like that though. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. There we go. And let me get this one as well. And let's try to build it. And let's actually call this one rather than the mul hash. And let's see what we get. So, nothing to match this. Yeah, I forgot to close it. Okay, so let's see what happens now. If I run this, yeah, there's still a lot of overlap. Are we actually using the same thing? Well, since it's all based on the length, it's not going to be quite as good. Yeah, so that is why there's so much overlap. Because this is really meant for that. So maybe we need some other way to do that. To represent a string as a number. What's a better way to do that? So what if we just add all of the int values? Yeah, I could try that. Let's see. So instead of doing the string length, we could do let's see. So we could do it starts out just as 0, and then we do I equals 0. Actually, let's use size t. I equals 0. Well, I is less than string length of key I plus plus, and then we will just add to hash plus equals the integer representation of key I. And then, yeah, we use that instead. So it'll be more unique based on the characters in it. So now if we run that, there's even more. So that is nice. Okay. Let me try that for the rest of them as well. So in here, rather than the string length, whoops, we can do that and use hash here as well. Okay, and then in here as well, oops. Yeah, so we actually already have the inner workings of this. So we can do hash plus equals int key I. And there we go. And instead of setting it to that, we'll set it to 0. Alright, so let's see what happens now. I forgot a semicolon right there. And let's actually call the mul hash. Let's compare all of them. Let's see. Ooh, okay, so that one actually looks pretty decent. There's not too much overlap. There is a few, but it's not too bad. And then we can look at the div, or the mod hash. So that one is obviously very simple. Yeah. So there's a bit of overlap. They're not too bad though. This one got really bad though when I did it that way, and I don't know why. Yeah, there's just a lot of collisions there, which is not ideal. So, yeah, this is the multiplication method that we have. Fractional part of s. Yes, that's what we've got there. Okay. Ooh, okay, so you could shift it. Ooh. Okay. Universal hashing. Hashing sequences of characters. Yeah. So that would maybe be better suited to this. So, okay. So, okay. Alright, I could try that. So let's see. Void CRC. Oh, but that actually needs to go up here. Char key. And then size hash equals 0. Okay. So actually we want to set the high order equals yeah, so equals key and 0xf8. Let me copy this actually. Yeah, so I will just do that and then put it in there. There we go. So let's look at that, and then we can do key equals key. Let's see, that's probably not going to work though. So yeah, I don't know how that works if it's not an integer. So this might not work. Key, is this? Let's see. Okay, yes, that is XOR. So high order. 27. Okay, and then key equals key XOR key I. So I don't know what that means. Because I is not defined. So, yeah, I don't think that this will work. Semicolon. Yeah, that's actually void. So I don't know. Yeah, I is not declared. So this won't work actually. Are you supposed to do this for each character? Let's see. Strings. Because that is what I need. Good hash function for strings. Okay, so we could do this. Hash equals hash times 31. Okay. Otherwise, stopping plots will have the same hash, okay? To the first n characters. Take values and multiply it by a prime number. So you could do something like that. Okay, so we could try that. Let me get rid of this one. It didn't work. So this is just, I'll just put it in the regular hash. So, well, size key, hash equals 7. So I equals 0, while I is less than string length of key, I plus plus. And then, hash equals, well, times equals 31. Hash plus, or, well, actually, I guess we could do it that way, okay? Hash equals, equals hash times that, plus character at I. So yeah, hash I, or key I. But the integer representation of that, and then we can return hash. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what that does. So, yeah, but we need to actually mod, to restrict it a little bit. The Hashmap size, just like that. And then let's see how many collisions we get. So the size is 15 right now. So, 12, 12. Let's see. 5 and 5 and 5. Okay, but that's not too bad. Something like that would work. It always gives you a unique hash key. More likely to be unique. Okay. I don't need it, like, super great. Okay. Alright, what if we use, a larger prime number? Let's look at the list of prime numbers. Yeah, just to try it out. Try out a couple of them. Let's see, is there just a list here? Yeah. do 79. Sounds good. All right, let's see how much it changes. So, let's see. We still have a few collisions, but it's not too bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Maybe 2 as well. Just 2. Let's see. So, ooh, that actually looks good. So we have 0, 0. Yeah. Okay. So maybe we could try that. Yeah, this could just be like hash prime number, something like that, and then we could just declare that here. Hash prime number, and we'll set it to 2, and then it's super easy to change it, of course. Yeah, so maybe we could do something like that instead. So I'll leave these other ones here for testing purposes, because they do work. Maybe not great, superbly, but they work. And then let's get rid of this, and let's see how it all works. So, we run this. Yeah, not a lot of collisions. So there is some, of course. Yeah, only 1, I guess, out of this many. So that's not too bad. We probably don't need to handle errors every time. Because it's not very likely to error with this. Let's do something really, really long, like, really long string goes here. And we'll just put, okay, I'm just gonna start doing random stuff. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then something like that. And there we go. Let's just run that now. And then I messed something up. Error was set but not used. Yeah, so then we can just do yeah, we don't need to do this necessarily, but there we go. So we can build this now, run it, and okay, so that's not too bad for the amount of collisions. Yeah, this is actually alright. The amount of collisions, considering it's only size 15, and we only have let's see something. Yeah, so we have 3 here that collided. These ones collided a little bit, but that's not too bad. Like, there is quite a few unique ones in here. So let's see, we have 9 unique out of 13. So that's pretty good. That is not too bad, considering it's only size 15. So we could increase the size, set it to, say, something maybe like 69, for example. And we could run that. And then, yeah, there's not a lot of collisions. There's still some, of course. There's always going to be some. But it's not too bad. That is pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. So, yeah, I think I can commit this. Commit action. Added a couple different hash functions. Settled on one that uses a prime number as number and the characters of the string. So it's rather similar to how it started, actually. The first Hashmap I was using. And that is about all that I did. So, yeah, I can commit that. Push it right into the repo. And then should work. And there we go. Okay, so I should probably write a bit of a readme here as well. Let's see. So, I need to come up with a better name than just Hashmap. Something funny, preferably. I don't necessarily have any good ideas, though, yet. Alright. Simple Hashmap implementation in C. Alright, so then I would just provide the usage. So we could have C right there. Let's open up the main.c and let's see what functions we have. So, well, let's actually go to the main. So this is how you initialize it. So it doesn't have to be malloc, so we don't have to say that necessarily. So map, and then yeah, init map. There we go. And then initializes with null values. All right, and then this should be a comment. There we go. So then what else? So then we can put stuff in map. So if put in map key and value does not equal 0, then error. Otherwise we can just continue on, and then yep. So let's see. So that is place in map. Actually, maybe I should separate this out. So this is just gonna be init map, then place in map, and that is where I will put that one. So let's see, let's do that. Let's see. So let me grab this. Okay, so that's how you can place it in the map. And then I'll also show like for for other values, you need a pointer. Int value equals 12. Then we can do the same thing, except we put pass the pointer to value like that. There we go, and the key stays the same. Okay. Error could not place in map. That is probably a bit better for that. Okay, and then to get from map. Whoops. Okay, so this is C, of course. And okay, so we can get from map if we do. How does it work again? Okay, so we have move from map and get from map. Okay, so get from map and just pass the map and the key. So int, let's see, a pointer to it, value equals get from map, map, and then key. Okay, so we'll get that. If value equals no, I need this. If value equals no, then error could not find in map. And then yeah, you can just printf the value. Like that. There we go. Something like that works. Let me just copy and paste this exact code and make sure it does work. Because that is quite important that it works. So let's do that, and there we go. So that should work. Except we don't have a key in there. So let's just put hello, because we do have that in the map. If I build that and we run it, then it did not work. Because why? Oh, because it's not an integer. So star value. And then we can just do that and that. Okay, so then we should get the right value from it. Run that, and we get this. Alright, perfect. So that does work. That is how that all works. So let me just add some context here. So actually let's do bash quick start. And then this you just need to compile it, so build.sh. And then you just run main. Well, I guess that's not really applicable once I make it a header only, so we don't need to provide that. But we do need e has to be a string, but the value can be any pointer. That is pretty important to say. So get from map, and then let me see, remove one of those, and then we want to delete from map, or delete and free map. So we do have a function for that. So this is C as well. So basically, you just delete and free map. I think it's delete and free map like that. I do use it in here. You have delete and free map, and then free map. I suppose I could do that since we do pass the function to it. So it could just happen at the end of this. Free map. Yeah, something like that. So then you don't have to provide that extra step. Yeah, so that should work. So we don't need that. Okay. So that is pretty much what we need. Alright, what other functions do we have? We also have this macro for printing the map, and I think I could provide that. Let's see, I'll put it before this. So print map, and this is C as well. Nope, C. There we go. And then yeah, let me grab this. Print map. Okay. And so this just takes the map. What's the called map? Maybe I should change that so that we can actually provide like map in here. The name of map. So wherever we do this, we can do that, and we can just change it to yeah, let me do map, I suppose. Map, just like that. Okay, so something like that should work, I think. Okay, so if I build this and then run it, then that still works. And if we change the name of the map, so yeah, if I just right here and then query replace, query replace map with maps like that, then we do have to change all of these. Okay. I should have, yeah, there we go, map. Okay, something like that. And now if I build it and there's still an issue, so right here, yeah, we want to do like that. There we go. Okay, maps is undeclared. Okay, it didn't even change any of the ones that I wanted it to, so that is not great. Let me just do this, and then map, comma, with maps, comma. There we go. Okay, build that, and Maps is not... Wait, I messed this up too. Oh my gosh. Okay, why is it so hard? Maps with maps, comma. There we go. And then this, we don't want the S here for any of it. Okay, let's see now. Too many errors. Okay, so what is... I need to actually change this one. Okay, build that now, and there's still many errors. So, why is maps... oh, because this needs to be map. There we go. And that helps a lot of them. So, undeclared identifier map, so that is okay. Because we use that right here. Maps. Okay. Where else? Where else? In here as well. Okay. Right there. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Init map. Yes, I did. Okay. There we go. And now it does work. Okay. So that is good. So we can just pass that in there. So pass map like that. And then, yeah. So this is the name of map. Then this is the printf symbol. I don't remember how to call that. For value. And this is the value data type. Okay. So you can store different values in it, but when you print it, they have to all be the same value or it messes stuff up. And I think that is reasonable. Okay, so what else? Let me actually just change this so that we don't have all that anymore. So replace maps with map. Yes. Okay, and now it all works. Okay, perfect. So that is good. So what other functions do we have? So we have delete and free, remove from map. Yes, let me add that actually. Get from map and then remove from map. So this is C again. C, there we go. Okay, so you just want to do if remove from map, map and p is not equal 0, then error not found, or could not remove from map. Could not remove from map. Otherwise it's removed. So there we go. Okay, so let me make sure that does work. So if I just do if remove from map, map and what not equal 0, then just exit with 1. There we go. Let's see, build that and run it. And it looks like it worked, and then we shouldn't have what in there. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think that we're good. So let me just change this to what, and it should be an error. Exit with 1. Okay, and it didn't exit, so that's not good. Assert false. Let's try that. Okay, I need to actually do 0. There we go. Alright, build that now. Assert is not there, so I need to include assert.h. Okay, now run it. And okay, so it did assert. That is good. And let me add that here as well. So we can just make sure. I actually want to assert. Yeah, run assert false, so that's good. Okay, and if I run that, we get the assert there. But if I change this to something that is in the map, it should still work. And it does. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So that's how you remove from the map. So that is perfect. So that's how you remove. And I think that is more or less all that we need in there. Get from map, put in map. Okay, yeah, and you don't need to worry about the hash function necessarily. Those can kind of be private functions. Yeah, so that's pretty good, I think. So I should probably rename some of the stuff so that when you actually import it, it won't conflict with anything that you have. But that's pretty good. So, let's see. Okay, so we can print the value there. We can get rid of actually print map. Where do I do that actually? Right here. Yeah, we can comment this out. There we go. And then it won't print the whole map, and it'll just print the value that we get in there. So we can change this value to whatever, and it does work. Okay, so that I think is good for the documentation. So let me quit out of this, and that way I'll also remember how to do it. So there we go. Added instructions in README, and then I'll push that. And let's take a look. So Hopefully it all worked. Okay, that looks good. So init map. Okay. Put in map. Okay. Actually, I need to update it because I messed something up. So you need to pass the pointer to the map. That is quite important. So, okay. This needs to be pointer as well. Ooh, that might not actually work. I don't know. But it is fine. So there we go. Fix pointer to map and go, and then push that. There we go. Alright, so now it should all be good. So yeah, that is sort of how you use it. I think it makes sense. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty much done. I still need to do cleanup and such. Because there is some problems with it. I don't think there's any memory leaks, so there should not be. So if I run that, okay, all blocks were freed, so that is good. So that's obviously quite important. So basically I need to separate it out into a header file, and then actually, yeah, then clean some stuff up. So I think I can do the header file pretty easily. So if I just move main.c to hashmap.8, then in here we can do if not define hashmap implementation, then define hashmap implementation, and then yeah, we can just add all of the prototypes in here, and if and then down here, see, I think this is how you do it. So then when you do that, you could just do that. Yeah, so I think that'll work. So now if I make a main.c, maybe a hashmap.c, hashmap.c, and then include hashmap.h, and then we'll also do define hashmap implementation, and then make main. Then we can actually start using it. So make a map, and I'll actually do that. So I'll make the size of the map. Okay, and then we can emit map on the map. And I can make sure that all works. I don't think it will actually. Yeah, okay. I need to actually update the build.sh. Because now it is hashmap. And then yeah, we'll output it as hashmap as well. Then remove just main actually. So we'll build that. And then it does not work because I forgot to remove the main from hashmap.h. Yeah, so I will actually just get rid of that entirely. Okay, so let me build that. And let me get rid of handle error as well, because that doesn't really belong in there. Okay, so now build it and it works. Whoops, it's not main, it's dot, whoops, there we go. Dot slash hashmap, and that seems to work. So let's try to, if, put in hashmap, and we want to put into the map, the key is whatever, key and value, does not equal 0, then assert 0, otherwise, then it works. So then let's actually print, map, let's see, is that how you call it? Let's see. Yeah, print map, and we pass the map in there. The value, let's see. So yeah, the type is a string. So yeah, we want to do actually %s, and then star like that. Okay, so that should print it. Okay, and then what do we want to do after that? So that'll print the map, and then we can just delete and free map. And we'll just pass the map in there. And that should work. Okay, so I messed some stuff up. Put in map. Yeah, that's what it's called. There we go. I forgot how to use my own library, and let's run it now. And it is hashmap, and it should work. Okay, key value, and then no. So that is good. So we can put it in map. We don't really need to check this every time, because it probably won't fail. Yeah, I do need to add checks, actually, for stuff for that. But yeah, so we can put in map, and we can do that a couple of times. So put in map key2, and then second, and third, and then make this first. So key 3, alright, and then it should print them all out, and run this. Nope, it is hashmap, and there we go. So they are all in different places in the hashmap. So we could force a collision if we change this to be 1. They all will be in the same place, and you can actually see, I keep forgetting, hashmap, there we go. Yeah, they're all in the same place, but they are linked together, so you can access any value, but doing that is no different than like a linked list. So I'll change it back. And maybe actually I could add, if not define hash map size, then define it, and then end if. Yeah, and then you could also define the hash map size up there yourself. If I run that, no. Hash map, then it works. But if we define it ourselves up here, hash map size, we can define it as 1, and then it becomes 1. Run it, then there we go, it's 1. So yeah, you have some control over that as well. Yeah. So then you could also, I could do that for the prime number as well. Let's see. Hash prime number, then define it. So there, you have some control over what actually happens in here pretty easily. So I think that's pretty cool. Should probably also add some flags for the different hash functions so that you don't import them, and then you could actually use a different one depending on which one you choose. But yeah, don't need to really worry about that. So let me run that. Hash that. And it all seems to work. So the default size, it's 69. So that is fine, I think. So that's how you print the map. Okay. So this is basically an example. So I should also do if remove from map, and then key equals 0, then f error could not remove from map, and then exit with 1. Yeah, and then it should be out of the map. So if I run this now, and it is no longer in the map. So that all seems to be working. So let me make sure it works on all the keys. So key 2 and key 3 as well. Okay, and let me actually find hash map size, make it 1, and make sure it still works like that. First, okay. So we have key and key 2. Okay, so let me get rid of key 2, and we should have key and key 3. Okay, and get rid of key, and we should have key 2 and key 3. So there we go. It all seems to be working. That is pretty good. So yeah, I'll just remove key 2. And then it prints it out and gets rid of it. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, we have the delete and free. Did I forget anything? Let me see. Readme. We have remove from map, print map. Yeah, I think that showcases it pretty well. Okay. That's pretty cool. So now we have the header file. So you can just import this into your library, or your program rather, and it all should work. So that is quite cool. If I don't find this, then nothing will work. Yeah, if I just get rid of that, then it doesn't work. Or it does still work. So why does it still work? I don't know. Okay. I guess it does. Because I don't have any definition, I suppose. Sure, whatever. Yeah, but that is how you use it, so that makes sense, I think. Okay. So we could add a few more things as well. So yeah. 4th, 5th, and 6th. 5th, 4th. There we go. And then when we print it all out, those are all in there. Okay. Let me actually get rid of the size. Like that, and then run it, and they're all in a different place. And okay, that looks pretty good. I want to try to get a collision though, even with that size. So let's see how many we have to add for that to work. So we can just use the same value because it doesn't really matter. 11, okay. See, I don't know if this is going to lead to a collision, but we can try. Let's see. So we did get a collision. Okay. So yeah, we got 2 collisions. So that's not too bad. How many elements do we have here? 17. Okay. That's reasonable. It's gonna be a lot faster than like using a linked list or whatever anyway. So yeah, that is reasonable. So okay. So key 556 collided. Okay. All right. Still not too bad. So we can place all those values. So then 2 collisions with default hash map size of 69 and of hash map prime number of 2. So we could change some of those values. Change the value. So if we make the hash map size something like 1024, then they probably won't collide at all. Yeah, they don't collide at all. Or we could make it change the let's see, randomic. If that is how you pronounce it, I do apologize if I messed it up. Just followed. Thank you. I appreciate that. We can also define the hash, or the, let's see, is it hash map prime number? Is that how you put that? Hash prime number. Okay. see, hash prime number, and we could make this 7 instead, and maybe that would change the collisions a bit. What did I do wrong? Hash prime number. Okay. So that doesn't work. It was working. Hash prime. Oh, I spelled it wrong. No. Whoops. Number. And actually, I think I messed it up in here as well. Yes. So that is an issue. There we go. Let's build that. And now we can run it. And then there we go. So yes, we do still have one collision, but that is less. So that is less than the 2. You can see the 2 and you can compare them. Build it and run it. This one had 2 collisions and this one only had 1. So that is cool. So you could play around with that and see what works best for you. So we could try 13 as well and see what that does. That might be more, it might be less. So that's 1 as well. Yeah, so you can see sort of how you can change some values based on your data that you have. But it might vary, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah. Alright, so we run that. That is 2. Okay, so because I said it's 2, I meant to do 3. Alright, so if I build that now, that is even more. So we have 3 collisions for that. Okay, we could try 5. And then run it, and that one only has 1. Yeah, so I think 2 was, well, 2 works fine. So that is like the default value. Yes, so I feel like I should add just the defines up here, just to sort of show how they're done, for people reading the, or looking at the example rather. So let me also add the, Hashmap, what was that? I always forget. Hashmap side, that is what I want. And just make it, like, 10, for example. And that would change it. Hashmap, okay. Yeah, and then there's a lot more collisions. The smaller the hashmap is, the more likely you are to have a collision, of course. So, yeah. We want something like 1,000. Oops, there we go. And yeah, so we don't have any collisions with 1,000. So, okay, 49. Yeah, I can just change quite a bit. So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to make it just the default values, though. Because that is relating to the comment that I put here. So, yeah, there we go. And there's 2 collisions. Alright, so that is pretty reasonable. So I think this is a good example. You can kind of tell what's going on there. And there is, of course, the specific documentation. So I think that is good. So, yeah. So this is just building that. Let me actually do... See, and it's... There we go. Build it again. Alright, there we go. So now I can see what's going on. I probably don't need the debug information. But I will leave that anyway, because it doesn't matter. If you're using it, then you're probably just going to take the header file and put it into your project. So it doesn't really matter. So I don't need the assert in there either. I don't want unused assert or unused includes. We do use math.h. Perhaps I could remove that dependency though. So do I want to do that? Yeah, I feel like it's kind of just a lot of stuff that you don't need. So that is just for this multiplication hash. So I do actually have an implementation of that in Tim. See, in here we have, let's see, my fmod. Yeah, so I can just kind of take this. I think I have to do it like this, and then put it up here, and then we don't need that anymore. Actually, I think we have floor as well, right? Perhaps I think we use that. Yeah, we do use floor. So that I think you can just cast to an int though, basically, right? And it has the same effect, I think. Might be wrong, but I think it's fine. So my fmod, there we go. So, yeah, so that should be fine. Make this 1.0, there we go. So, I think that'll work. And then I can just get rid of math.h and also the -ln in there. And if I try to build this, it does not work. My trunk. Oh yeah, so I need to copy that as well. Alright, that is just a cast, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, but this is for double, so let me actually change it to float. Float, okay, and then my trunk, I can just cast it to an integer. So, truncation, so floor is actually different, so I might need a different implementation of that. But yeah, so I can just do that, because that is actually the same, cast it to an integer. Yeah, and so it all still works. Yeah, but that is an issue, so maybe just like, C floor in flow nomenclature. Okay. I don't think it's that complicated. So that is, but that is like truncate, right? Okay. My floor 2. So something like this, perhaps. That takes double. Equals that. I think it's fine. I think it is probably fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's reasonable. But I could probably copy this. Maybe. It's fine. It still works like that, I'm quite certain. So, I'm gonna call it good. So we do have that. I'm going to actually change the names of these so that when you import it, or at least of this one. So my fmod, actually that's probably, maybe I won't have that. I will have Hashmap my fmod. So then, yeah. And then when I call it here, Hashmap, mole hash, that can be Hashmap mole hash as well. Because I don't want anything to conflict when you import Hashmap. Hashmap that, okay. And then this is hash, so I want to change it to hashmap hash. And then when anywhere that we call it, down here, we need to actually change it to hashmap hash. So, I can do that by just doing this and replace hash. Let's say I want it to be a hash call, like that. And replace it with hashmap hash. There we go. And then there we go. So that hopefully still works. If I compile it, okay. And it also looks like it's working, so that is good. And now it's a bit less conflicting. And then the same with, so that's probably fine. These are probably fine. The print map, I think that is probably fine as well. But these, I should probably change it from node to something else. So let me just, before you replace everywhere, I'll replace node with, maybe just hashmap node, like that. I think that'll be okay. And there we go. So that should change it. And then the map as well. I think map is fine. Map is a fine name. Because you might use node, but you're probably not using something called map. So I think that is fine. Okay, and it's all still working. So it should be less conflicting when you import it or include it into your program. So let's see what else we can do. So we have these. We use all of those, so I think it is fine to keep them. Okay, so let me just see. So I'm gonna do cleaning up to make it a bit more, bit easier to read and maybe more efficient. But I'm gonna do that off stream because that's kind of boring stuff. But I just want to get it working a little. So let's see. So that is fine. Yes. Okay. So we don't use any of these, but I'm still gonna leave them in there. Okay. Hashmap hash. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So then init map. And yeah, I think these names are all fine. Put in map. Because you probably won't have that name of them. So I think it's reasonable. Remove from map. Delete and free map. So that is fine. Should all be good. Should be good. Okay. So let me just do a bit more testing. So let's try removing from map again. Let's make sure we can't remove the same thing twice. That's right. Okay, yep, so that didn't work, that is good. But if we change it to 556, then it should remove the last element. And it should not be in the map. So, yep, it's not, I don't see it in there, so that's good. That works, and let's also try the get from that. Let's see, so if get from map, and then P556, so we shouldn't be able to get this. Then, yeah, just do these errors. Could not get item. Could not, there we go. So I can do that, and then I can try to printf the value. So we need to actually, yeah, we actually need to set the value. So that's not how we wanted that actually. We want, rather to do int value equals get from map, and P556. So this is how we actually do it. And then this we just check if value equals null. Then we want to do that. Otherwise, it is good. So we can print the value like that. And if I build that, it's going to fail. Perfect. Could not get in from map. And let's try key 2. And this one should fail as well. It does fail. Okay, and let's try 3, and that should not fail. So there we go. And then it should have printed it right at the top. But it prints as an integer, but that is not actually what it is. It is a pointer to a character or a string. Okay, and then there we go. Okay, and we can call that, and we should get the string right there. Perfect. So that is all working as expected. Okay, and yes, we actually removed this one from that, so I'll get rid of that. Okay, anything else for testing? Um, I think that's probably about it, so I'm probably going to be ending the stream pretty soon. So yeah, if anyone wants to say anything or whatever, then go ahead. Now is the time, and then I'll probably might do a raid. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So I will actually. It all still works, of course. That is good. Okay, so now I will commit all this. Removed some dependencies, and let's see, and moved into header file. There we go. So we'll push that. Whenever it decides to go. There we go. And it should be in the repo now. All right, perfect. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a raid. So let me see if there's anyone streaming right now. Let's see. So yeah, anyone interested? Let's drag that over there. There we go. So let's see. Anything I want, like C or something like that. So, ooh, okay. Let's see. What are you working on? It's kind of blurry. Okay, that's even worse. There we go. Yeah, let's see. Coffee lava. Let's see. Coffee lava. Okay. All right. Game dev. Sure. I will go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay. See you guys next time.